With the rise of college prices and demands for certifications in the job industry, the opportunities available during high school are more important than ever. How has CHS been preparing students for a career beyond high school without breaking the bank? Well, one of the new opportunities for students in Massachusetts is the Innovation Pathways Program. My name is Stella Lamson, and in this short documentary, Alex Cunningham and Science Coordinator Jonathan Morris will teach us more about what these programs mean for the Chelmsford community, as well as the exciting visit from Governor Maura Healey with interviews from her and the Secretary of Education. Okay, so someone who values their education, I understand that the state of Massachusetts also really values its education. So how do you think this program is important to the state?
Well, I think it's so great because it gives students an opportunity for real-world experience to try out different fields, to try out different careers, and it will really give them a leg up in today's competitive world. So that's why we're such big supporters, why we've proposed expanding the funding for this so that more innovation pathways can be created in high schools all across the state.
Clearly, Innovation Pathways put students at the center of their learning. It creates opportunities for choice, opportunities for deep engagement, and makes a really strong connection between what students are learning and college and career opportunities later on. And so, in my humble opinion, as a former high school principal, former high school teacher, these are the kinds of experiences that really excite high school students and make them want to show up eager to learn every day.
To see the students who happen to be in the business pathway program and then walk next door and see the school store where the items that they're creating, designing, marketing, creating are then being sold. Super cool, and it's real world stuff. And so, I love that. I loved being in the biology classroom too, where you're one of the national teachers of the year is right here at Chelmsford High School. It's just another indication of how great a high school this is. But there they were doing really interesting DNA work, and I can tell you in Massachusetts, as your governor, we need more and more people who are going to go into life sciences, who are going to go into healthcare, who will be tomorrow's scientists and researchers. So super exciting to know that as we were walking around, some of those students may be the next ones discovering and furthering important life-saving technologies here in the state.
The innovation pathways are really the thing, right? Clearly Chelmsford has done a great job building out their pathways. The students have a clear understanding of what they're learning. They understand the connection to college and career. This is a model as far as I'm concerned, and I'm hopeful that other high school leaders or district leaders will come here and see this.
So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.
Great, go Lions.
Thank you. Hello, it is so great to have you today. Could you tell me a little bit about what it was like having the governor at Chelmsford High School?
So having Governor Healey here at Chelmsford High School was a tremendous experience. Not just because we had the governor, but we also had the lieutenant governor, we had the commissioner of education, we also had the secretary of education. And I think to see not only our students, but to see the staff and see all the great things that happen here, I think it's just a tremendous opportunity to showcase all the great things that happen here in Chelmsford.
Could you talk a little bit about what she was here for? She was here for Innovation Pathways. Could you just talk to us a little bit about Innovation Pathways?
Innovation Career Pathways is a state-sanctioned program where students have the opportunity to gain relevant experience and relevant coursework to industry sectors here in Massachusetts that have a very, very high need or are going to have a very high need. What's really unique about Innovation Pathways is that it takes different classes that we already offer within the school, and it gives a unique structure and sequence that students can take that really exposes them to what it's going to be like to get prepared for a certain career once they leave Chelmsford High School. So when we try to lay out these classes, we try to find a way to say, okay, what's a good sequence? What's a good order for students to take this so that they build upon what they've already learned? What's also nice is that we have industry partnerships here in town and in the area that give us feedback on what do our kids need to know, what are some skills they need to acquire, what are some other things they could learn, so that way when they do enter college or enter the workforce, they have a better understanding and foundation.
So what are some of the requirements for a student to be part of this pathway, for anyone who's curious?
The beauty of Innovation Pathways is there are no actual requirements. You just need to fill out our application and fill out our interest form. The only requirement I will say is have an interest in one of the 4 pathways. So if you are a big science person, I think the life science pathway is probably good for you. Chelmsford High School does have 4 out of the 5 offered pathways from the state, and you can see them right here. We have IT, advanced manufacturing, business and finance, and life sciences.
Awesome. And what might it look like for a student to be part of these pathways, like on a daily basis or yearly basis?
So ideally, the application will be done while you're an 8th grader or freshman year. That way you have time to complete the necessary components of the pathway. Students also complete online coursework to get a little bit of a dab into college, so it's called Career and College Readiness 1 and Career and College Readiness 2. Students have the opportunity to obtain dual enrollment credit while in the pathway in their advanced courses. And then, monthly they come in for networking opportunities, so they can network with professionals in their interested areas for panels, guest speakers, and things like that. So you will come in your freshman year and you will take what we call one of our technical courses in the pathway. And then senior year, they close out everything with an internship in the relevant area.
I was able to be there when the governor came at Chelmsford High School, and it was such an awesome experience for me. Could you tell me a little bit about what the experience was like for you?
It was awesome. The governor is a great person, and she is very supportive of our programming here at CHS and Innovation Pathways specifically. I think Chelmsford High School has worked very hard to make Innovation Pathways as best as it can be for CHS students, but I think to be recognized for our efforts thus far, as well as have the opportunity to recognize some students who are in the pathway, was an absolute excellent experience.
And you sort of touched upon this, but what are some of the requirements or what it might look like for a student to be part of this pathway, like what they do on a daily basis, sort of what their curriculum looks like while they're in high school?
That's a great question. So I think that there's 2 parts to answer that. The first part is in terms of requirements. The nice thing about these pathways, we do not have entrance requirements or entrance exams or anything like that. This is not one of those programs where we say you have to have a certain MCAS score or a certain honors placement or anything like that. This is a very open process. We only have so many spots for it, and if we have to go over those spots, there is a lottery system. The second part of this is we want students to really be engaged and really feel like they're part of something. So working with Ms. Cunningham in the Career Center has really given an opportunity for students to listen to guest speakers, see panels, meet with industry leaders, and really get a sense of what it's like after here.
That's really cool. I know some friends that are in the program and they've spoken nice things about it. Amanda that spoke when the governor was here. Yeah, that's really cool. Great. And so what are the goals for this project for anyone who might not have heard them before?
So one of the big goals with Innovation Pathways is that it really takes the offerings we have here at Chelmsford High School and puts them in a concise order. It also gives them an opportunity to see how does each course relate to each other. What's great about the pathways is we can say, okay, if a student has an interest in life science, whether it be environmental technology or biotechnology, working with the guidance department, we can actually go to them and say, that's awesome. Here are the courses you can take one after the other, and here are industry recognized credentials you can obtain, so that when we do meet with a corporate partnership, or when the student goes on their internship or does their capstone project, they have a phenomenal foundation to really get a lot out of it and participate in that in a meaningful way.
So how do you sort of suspect, like we have all these great things about Innovation Pathways, but what do you see for the future of Innovation Pathways? How do you think that Innovation Pathways could change a community like Chelmsford for the better and maybe the future of the students?
I do think that it's not perfect right now. What's fortunate though is we're not the only district doing this here in Massachusetts. So we have a whole network of other districts and other educational leaders in the state. Chelmsford is unique in the sense of there is a lot of industry in the area, not just here in town, but even just within the Merrimack Valley. We are always looking for these corporate sponsorships to be with us so that we can collaborate with them, give the best experiences to our kids. And the feedback they get from us to say, I never had this as a kid. Hearing that from the corporate partnerships we have right now, we need to hear more of that. And I think if there's one thing that can come out of this is that the more people that see this and hear about this, we'd love to talk to them, but also have the current industry see what's coming up in the few years as well.
I'm so glad that I'm at Chelmsford High School. I feel like there's so many opportunities for me. I think that you guys have done such a great job with the program, and thank you so much for talking with me today. This was Stella Lamson for CHS TV.